Oh, shoot. Hold on one second. I mean, I'm all disorganized. I wonder if Natalie, are you even in here? Hold on. You know what? I got to fix this thing. So I don't even know if we can see it. Toy, you going to be up in this mug.
Please make sure I look right.
You look right.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know sometimes you look on parallel.
On this side. I was supposed to be in the one.
Are we even on?
No, that'd be funny.
I think we all we all everybody all hey Nisi, you might want to come like overlook it. I invited Natalie into it. I don't want to see her. Oh, man, Nisi, can you pass me my water? Hey Natalie, where you at, player? Huh? Oh yeah. I should put my mask on. Did Natalie come? Right. Hold on once. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to invite Natalie to this session, but she hold on. Let me see. I'm waiting for my friend Natalie, but while we in the trenches, Toya, say what up. You know what I'm saying? Nisi, what up? We've been up in here talking and chatting all day long. Yes. You know what I mean? We got Darick books right now. Gotta drink some water. Right. Talks in the trenches. We was just discussing a lot of stuff pertaining to what's going on out here. I say in the trenches because in the trenches is when you have the good talks, you know, and when people in the war and they in the trenches, they like, well, you know, we strategizing underneath, you know what I'm saying, figuring out plans and ways for us to stay afloat during this time of, I would say, another Great Depression. You know? And, you know, we was talking about the culmination of no unemployment, being given out quick enough, the people losing their jobs, African Americans and Caucasians kind of like, actually Caucasians understanding more of how, how black people is understanding how much more black people have gone through over the years. And, you know, I'm actually appreciative for a lot of people who reached out to me in the situation just to see if I was okay as a black male. And I'm talking about my Caucasian friends, you know what I mean? We all wanted my book, you know, but we haven't been treated that way for many years. So my sisters right here, you know, in the struggle, they're looking like, what? We have been talking all day, and we just wanted to vibe over here at Darick Books. That's what we do over here. We think, you know, besides, you know, everybody, you know, we got some great stories now that's going to be Toya right here. This is my beautiful sister. She got her mouth all covered up, but she can sing.
Social distancing.
Even with social distancing, my sister, she can sing. You know, she might want to give us a solo underneath this one, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
I thought you said we just going to talk.
Well, we can talk too. You know what I'm saying?
Hear that beautiful
they
voice.
can hear that voice. When you in the trenches and Harriet talking, I bet you they was singing a lot of stuff.
Right.
When they get in the water. Right. You know what I mean? So.
Right. You got music playing.
I got music playing. Let me turn it down, whatever.
But no, I thought
but you know, Nisi was talking about some good stuff. So we was sharing a lot of stories, and actually we talking about taking one of her stories. Dang, that's loud as hell. Hey, is that really a phone ring? A phone ring? Oh, snap. But I was learning so much from these beautiful women, and they was teaching me a lot of stuff. Like, when I tell y'all we got into some deep talk, we've been talking for about like the last 5 hours.
5 hours, yeah.
Literally almost last 5 hours.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Talking about everything. I've learned a lot. I mean, I'm gonna take this like I'm just working on the one. Listen, but I was gonna ask y'all, what do y'all think about the protests? All the protests tonight.
I think the protest is a good thing if it's peaceful. You know, we need peaceful and positive protesting. We don't need burning things down, but we need to just be peaceful. You know, in harmony. Peaceful and harmony.
No burning nothing down.
No burning, no looting. Let's just go in peace.
Because it distorts the message.
Exactly.
We were talking about it. We were talking about this, distorting the message. You know, you can come with a group of people and be like, we're gonna take this. You know, you always have one in the crew or one in the family that's gonna take the message and distort it. You know, like we're gonna just go down here and we're gonna peacefully protest against something. You got somebody in there like, let me skate off a little bit over here and go get some shoes.
Exactly.
You want some shoes? you know, somebody breaking in, you know what I mean? And next
for
thing,
20. Can I
you
get
know,
that 20?
yeah, and then somebody else like, well, I'm gonna take a stop at the bank over there too, and I'm gonna stop at the bank, and I might be like, well, but the bank ain't open. I'm gonna stop at the bank. You know what I mean? It's like, man, the whole thing turned into something totally different, you know. And my thing is, as long as you peacefully protesting, as long as you also know the underlying meaning of what you're protesting about, you know, because some people don't know what they're protesting for. They just see somebody else walking, a crowd walking, and they just start walking too. And then 20 minutes later, they laid out, get hit over the head with something that they don't know. So know what you protesting about. As the way I look, I know that we very, very, there's a very anger in the nation. And for black people, I speak for myself. I talked to my guy the other day. He said it best. He said, "Man, I've been black all my life.
That's right.
That's enough." You know what I mean? And I think it's beautiful that the nation is like they're
Coming together.
it's empathizing. It's the difference between empathizing and sympathizing. You know, some people now they can empathize with us because they walking in our shoes, and some people, you know, they really, when you watch something and you see art, you start to understand, like, oh man, that's really happening. I don't like that, you know. So you start to empathize more, especially when it start happening to you.
And also, people not just protesting in the United States, they protest in the UK, everywhere, worldwide. People are protesting. People are tired of the madness.
Yeah.
So people are out there showing their support that, hey, all lives matter, no matter what race you are. But we have to deal with the core of the problem. So that's why we got to be out there together, marching one by one, as a human race, not color.
And if y'all making comments or anything, the reason we ain't responding, because we all the way back here, and I got the camera and stuff all the way up there, so I can't even see as far as that. But anybody, you know, who chiming in, we just also want to just give y'all, you know, we all in the struggle together, basically. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we in the struggle together. And for artists, it's so important that you become the timestamp for today. You know what I'm saying? Like 100 years from now, people look back and be like, what was going on that year? You should be the artist. I heard somebody on the radio today quoted a Marvin Gaye song from 1970. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. That was a timeless song, you know what I'm saying? Because he was an artist that stamped that day what was going on with all that war over there. And today's time, we should do the same thing. This should be the most exciting time for like artists and creative people, because you should be inspired by really what's going on to the fullest. You know, we talked today about book writing. We're working on Toya's book right now called Bold, Brave, and Still Standing. She had a lot of stuff that's going on. And then Nisi, I'm working on throwing some stuff her way to do a documentary or even a book, because they have stuff that can help. If you got anything inside that you done been through in life that can help somebody else, you should really put that out. Don't be afraid to speak out and help the next person. Toya, what do you think about everything?
I am grateful when I watch the news and watch different things that all different races are coming together in unity to stand for this next generation. Because I don't want nothing to happen to my son, you know, or for my daughters to see all this and think it's okay. So I am grateful to see all different races coming together to try to get this to stop. Because I want to know, if I go on home, that my children are fine, my grandchildren are fine, and my great-grandchildren, whenever that, you know, comes in life, they have a platform where it stopped finally. I know our grandparents did it for us and their grandparents, but it's just a point when enough is enough, you know, and
that's real. I
want to look at the news and see beautiful things growing, knowing that this storm has passed, you know, and everybody is ready for the next chapter of their life. There's so much stuff you got to deal with on a day-to-day basis as a human yourself. Me being a single mom, raising 3 children, is something that you deal with on a daily basis, making sure that their mouths are fed and making sure that they have clothes on their back and that they are ready for the next day, and to have to turn on the TV and see deaths. I don't want them to feel afraid to go outside. I don't want them, you know what I mean? I want them to have the same playfulness that we have, but with this coronavirus going on, it kind of like stopped a lot of things with children going to school and, you know, our work. But it also, like I said, I prayed I always pray to God, but I told my older brother, I said, you know, Dennis, I prayed to God. I was like, man, Lord, I need a break, you know, from work, from life. I'm like, and you told me that if I don't have a husband, that you will be my spouse. So I'm like, so you need to create a way. I didn't tell him to do the coronavirus. You know what I'm saying? But when that came, I was just like, wow, this is crazy. Like, all this is going on. But he put aside time. I'm looking at this as, wow, I have time to actually spend with my kids, time to focus on things that I've been trying to do in my life for a long time that have been put aside, you know, because you get into these marriages and then you put your goals aside to help them create their goals. And I'm like, okay, now it's time to focus on me and what I need to do. So although I don't like, you know, the deaths that are coming with it, but I am so grateful for the time that I have with my kids and my family and to be focused on things that I need to do. So
that's real.
A lot of people can take it to consideration and, you know, do the things that they need to do while they have this time, because who knows when this is ever going to happen again, you know.
Yeah, your family is important, and we was talking about this earlier, how God has a way of always, you know, bringing something to show man how much power they really honestly got. And they ain't got much power when you can't control anything. You can't control disease. You can't control how fast you're gonna get your stimulus check, or how fast you're gonna get your unemployment check. People are stuck in positions and they recognize, even people who got money, you can't go spend it. Where you gonna spend it? You know what I mean? Or people scared to spend stuff, or people scared to come next. And I wanted to ask y'all that. What do y'all think about the effect? Because this whole coronavirus thing, and not even just that, the protest, just how people gonna react to people from now on. Like, I'm talking about the paranoia of somebody start coughing, everybody be like, oh shoot, they got it. You know what I mean? Or even with police now, we've known, in the black communities, we've already known so much police brutality. You know what I mean? I've been locked up before, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You know, whatever. So it's like, I've had run-ins with certain cops, you know what I'm saying? I've met good cops and I've met bad cops. You know what I'm saying? But I think abuse of authority in any realm, preachers who abuse their authority, policemen, governors, presidents who abuse their authority, has an underlying issue. You know what I'm saying? So back to the question: do y'all think that people are going to be much different after this, in a good or a bad way?
I think the world's never going to be the same. I think this thing right here has took the world by surprise, and we're just not going to be the same. Everything is not going to stay the same. Everything is totally different. The way we look at life, the way we treat people, is going to be different now. You know, this coronavirus did a couple good things. People are spending time with their kids now. Now they know how important that school teachers are. They're sending their bad kids to school and they disrespecting their teacher. Now the parent is being that teacher. Now they understand what the teacher is going through now. People are learning how to pray again in their own house, cleaning their own house. They learn the prayer cards work both ways. Ain't no more dust on their prayer cloth no more, because now they praying.
Yeah, that's right.
And we found out that the body, the Christ is in the body, not in the building. So now you start to see the people is the church, not the building, because we can no longer enter the building anymore. So we got to be held accountable for something we doing. So I think it's a good thing. You know, I think some people are going to be very paranoid. People are stopping their life. They say they got faith, but they scared to come outside. Yeah,
it's still people who've been sitting in the house since the beginning of the coronavirus. I mean, literally, they ain't stepped out. They came in looking like this, and left out looking like two couches. But
I read a statement on my page. I said, "How are you coming out after coronavirus? Either skinny, fat, or pregnant." A lot of people coming out pregnant is gonna have a lot of corona babies.
Yeah, corona babies. Real talk.
Yeah,
a lot of divorces too.
Yeah, a lot of domestic violence. The rate is up more now.
It's crazy. The domestic violence is up a lot because people stuck in the houses with these abusive partners. So it's like a lot of things. And for as the protests, you know, I think that it really, well, first and foremost, you know, rest in peace to everybody who out there who died to the police brutality and just died to any type of violence, because we got to think about the parents and families that have to deal with this stuff.
That's right.
But also us as a people now is so different because we get to watch this stuff right on our phones. It ain't like when, civil rights, there was a lot of people in the civil rights movement, we saw it earlier, that there was a lot of whites helping blacks and helping move this.
That's right.
But we just didn't have phones and stuff to see them doing it. Now we see more white people out protesting than we see black people. And it's like, I said, like the white people protesting, while some of the black people out there just going to loot. Yeah. But I'm just in general saying we as a people are witnessing the world different because we can see it, we can hold it in our hand, we can watch somebody, it's like worse than a movie, we can watch them just sit there and die. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like, I feel like that accessibility is like, it does something to the brain whether we know it or not. A lot of people becoming brain dead, because from a lot of stuff. I was listening to the news the other day, or a news channel, and somebody was getting interviewed, and they was interviewing people, asking them how many hours a day since the coronavirus, and said, do they just sit on their phone? And people was like 8 to 10 hours just sitting on their phone, really not doing nothing, just staring at the screen. Wow. And it's like, I think people got so angry at a lot of things that happened from the coronavirus that when the George Floyd thing happened and stuff, people, first and foremost, that was so unjust for that to happen. And for people to just sit there and actually see stuff that, happens like that and being frustrated with a lot of the other stuff that's going down, just push them over the edge. Like, you know what? Enough is enough. It really is, Enough is enough. Love can only conquer all things. Hate for hate, wrong for wrong is never gonna work. So that's just a sad point, and rest in peace, and our prayers definitely go out to all of those type of victims. I'm sure we all know somebody, who's been lost to that. So on a different note, what can we do as African Americans to change also how it is? This is a topic that even may be controversial, and I bring up stuff all the time. Us as black people, we go through so much struggle. We talked about this earlier. But what can us as black people do that different? Because we show a lot of hate towards each other. A lot of times.
That's true, but as a black race, we need to show love to each other and be kind to each other. Yeah. We got to deal with each other in a level that we want people to deal with us. So if we're hating each other, how can we love somebody else and allow somebody to love us? Because we show hate against among each other. So what are we learning from that? So if we need to love and show love to people and cherish our people and honor our people, respect our people, respect ourselves so people can respect us.
That's right. What you think, Toya? Can you breathe in that mask?
If I couldn't breathe, I wouldn't be.
I can't rock the mask all over my face. I can't breathe. I got a big nose and my stuff.
I can't breathe.
But what was the question again? What was the question?
Basically, black people, okay, what can we do as a race? Because the people may not know, people may be ignorant to it, but a lot within our own black race we do to each other. And I mean, before this George Floyd thing, I'm in Milwaukee, we all in Milwaukee, I'm hearing about somebody shooting up somebody's car 56 times down the street. Black on black crime, you know what I'm saying? A year ago or so, it was big, we lost Nipsey Hussle and other people. I'm just saying, black on black crime. So it's like a lot of that stuff, what can we do different as a race as well to show love to each other? Because we got a lot of hate within, and I have to say that, and you could say it, we all could tell 1,000 stories of
That's right.
I'm serious, like I got thousands of stories from people that are my color that done did me so bogus.
Okay, so let's go back to the question you asked me.
Okay, let's go back.
Thank you. I mean, you keep going to different stuff. I love you though. Us as a black race, what we can do better is respect each other. And I mean, that goes for any race. But when I say respect each other, it's in everything. If you know somebody is with somebody, why are you trying to be with their mate? I mean, it's all different ways you can do that. Respect yourself enough to stay out of other people's marriages, relationships. If you see somebody else that is, going somewhere and doing something with their life, be happy for them. If you can, support them. Mm-hmm. instead of, oh, they got this, and trying to outdo each other. Instead of building together, we like to show, oh, I can do it better. That's why it's 100,000 churches on each corner in the world. And right now, as you can see, all the doors are closed.
Oh, yes.
And that's only because God is showing you that you need to have that personal relationship with Him, and He is the church. So
right.
without that building, you still should be shining your light anywhere you go.
Right.
So we as a race need to put aside our pride and try to respect each other, and we will get so much further.
We will, because a lot of us have opportunities, and we help you. You try to help your brother, and they spit in your face. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Instead of if Toya started a T-shirt line, instead of you coming over and buying one of her T-shirts, you'll go across the street and create your own T-shirt line, and then want support. And that happens a lot in these communities. And we watch other races. We watch Chinese people stick together. We watch, you know, a lot of other people. The Jewish community stick together, Spanish, and it's like a lot of times in the black communities, we afraid, we stray away from helping each other, and a lot of times support is not just, oh, congratulations, man. If you know that person got a coffee shop or something, go in there and just buy some coffee. How you think they're gonna keep the lights on?
That's
you know
right.
What I'm saying? Like,
think about today, when I came in, I said, bro, what can I do to help you on your establishment today?
Exactly.
You got?
She came in.
Bring it up.
Yeah, she told me. I'm just gonna say. She came in. Hey, no, what you got? I'm taking that. I want to buy that T-shirt, and I'm gonna wear that T-shirt tomorrow, and I'm gonna take some flyers and support. And that was just love. She ain't coming here looking for nothing. You know what I'm saying? She came here just to support. Even my own sister, you know, support she joined, you know, she with the book box subscription club every month, and I mean, you don't have, some people just the littlest things help to support. And I appreciate everybody out there who's been sharing the Darick books, posts about the store. That's real, that's amazing.
That's love right there.
That's love right there. And I appreciate, I love giving love, and I love being around people who give love. We could talk for hours, and we just know I don't want nothing but the best for y'all and for everybody else. I originally had Natalie Jean tagging her. I don't know. I tried to add her in there. Natalie, my girl. We got a video out called. We had a song called "Out We Kneel," and she reached out. Natalie is a prolific writer, and she's that's my girl right there. But she also, if she were here, you know, Natalie, you know, she's very passionate about moving forward too in life, and us stopping brutality, and us doing the best that we could do on the platforms we've been given. Now, what y'all think about the responsibilities of people who have these large platforms and are able to speak up and make a difference in other lives, and they just remain quiet?
I think they have that platform. When you got a platform like that, I feel that you should be out there for the people. Yeah. You know, we need to move ahead. So if you got the platform to have a voice and it can make change while you have that platform. Don't just hold that platform and be empty on that platform. Yeah. Because you can change hundreds and thousands of lives. So why would you have that platform and not use it? You might as well not have it at all. If you're not going to use it, to make change.
That's true. Toya?
I think some people that have that platform are so afraid to say certain things which will make people look at them differently. There's some people that have the heart and mind and want to change things, but they have other people in their ear of saying, oh, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't say that, that's going to make you look like this, and you're going to lose the support from these people and these people. So it's a lot of people that's quiet out of selfishness.
So,
I mean, I'll call it selfishness because I want to keep myself and keep my family good. So I'm not going to speak on that.
But you're not helping nobody if you keep your mouth shut.
Right.
Just because your family good, family is not good.
Yeah, it's true.
We cannot be selfish in this time and age. If we're going to be a community to grow together and get over things, we have to reach back. You know what happens in our community? We don't reach back when we come up. We let our brothers and sisters stay on the ground. We don't put the ladder down no more and say, hey, get this ladder, I want you to climb up. You got that kind of platform, let your people climb up and show them that you're there for them.
That's real. I definitely feel like if you got a platform.
I'm sorry for laughing because I'm just thinking, like, some people you want to just to let them climb, let everyone drunk. I'm just saying, I'm wrong. I know I'm wrong.
No, you really don't. You mean
We're
real.
talking about the ones that deserve it.
It's
We're not
because
talking about
sometimes
the
you
ones.
give
Yeah, we're not
some,
talking about
you
the
know,
ones who
I know,
don't
but it's
deserve it.
sometimes some people at the point in a
Some
space
of-
in their life where they have given and done so much.
We ain't talking about those.
I know, but
People that wanna-
I know.
There's some of y'all out there who really have done. It's some of y'all out there who have really pushed the culture and all of that, and people don't appreciate it.
Right.
Because people got to learn one thing: money ain't always a way of giving back.
No.
Just because he didn't give you. And I speak of this. Michael Jordan was one of my biggest influences, and I say this not because he had to give dollars to the black community. First of all, he was a black man who was a champion at what he did, and that I took so much from him as a kid that I learned how to start something and finish it. Just why like he always started, finished it, and he always was consistently doing it every single time, giving his best. And I thought about apply that to my life. Like, look, I'm gonna give it my best every single time and finish. And that was his way. Even through his documentaries, I sat and watched. Even to this day, my kids do too. I watched them all the time, and I learned. But some people would be like, "Well, he ain't give me no money." That money you could spend in 2 days, but the knowledge and everything else that he gave you, like they say, I can bring you to the water. I can't make you, I
Can't make you drink it.
can't make you drink it, or I teach you how to fish so you can feed yourself for a lifetime.
That's right.
And that's what some of the people are doing in the world. If you take the material out of it and stop saying, "Well, you ain't give me no money, you ain't help me," because sometimes you don't need money, you don't even know what to do with it.
That's right.
It's burnt before you get it in your pockets. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people I appreciate out there who have pushed the culture forward and the world forward. But for people who don't and people who have a voice, God gave you a voice for a reason. That's like if you meet somebody and you know that God gave you a voice that's loud and people keep telling you to be quiet, you doing yourself an injustice by being quiet because your voice is originally loud for a reason. So people, you just make sure you saying the right stuff. My sister always
I just want people to be smart. You know what I'm saying? Like, just, that's what everybody always asks. Why you ain't on Facebook? I'm not on Facebook.
She need to get on Facebook.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do.
Because,
oh my God.
because I know, everybody knows where they are in life. And I ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. So I stay in my own lane. And if you know yourself, you know what I'm saying, you keep yourself in your own lane.
But sometimes you gotta hurt people's feelings so they can understand.
Sure.
But that's where he say vengeance is mine, and I'm learning that.
But the Bible also says that open rebuke is better than secret love. Now let me break that down for you. If I openly rebuke you, that shows a form of love. That's me. Rebuke is correcting you. So if I correct you and be like, no, I openly do it, it's better than me saying, all my life I never said I loved you, but I secretly loved you. And I tell you, like, at the end, like, I never showed you that I love you, but I said, well, in secret I did love you though.
On your deathbed though.
Yeah, on your deathbed. But you can tell the person, you ain't even the person who's correcting you and trying to help you, you can tell by that action, man, that person loved me. That's why some kids can say, my teacher, I knew she loved me because she would correct me when I was wrong, and she would say, no, you do. But my other teacher, man, never ever said anything to me at all, but they can sit there walking to me 20 years later, like, I love you, right? It's like, come on, get out of here.
I'm just waiting for the end of the day to go so you can go home to your mama. It's true.
So we just talk reality, and my sister, I'm trying to tell, because she has a beautiful, beautiful voice. I just want her to give us just a snippet of something. I'm telling you, she's my favorite singer in the world. It was her or Whitney Houston. Whitney, God bless her soul, I love Whitney. I'm telling you, I love Whitney Houston. If you don't like Whitney Houston, just don't tell me you don't like Whitney Houston. I don't care. But then I always told my sister, just when I was little, it was always Whitney Houston and my sister that I love. So, sing something. Just give us like 1 minute or something.
That's right. Come on, God, you got a beautiful voice.
And then this would be the day.
Do that song. Do that. Still I Rise. That's my favorite song that she sang. I only say that because it's a song that you're not singing. You're singing to the people out there. Still we rise.
That's right.
Well, they can listen to it. It's by Yolanda. It's called Still I Rise. And you want to listen to
Well, what
that.
about
You can play that.
what about Someone's on the Verge of a Miracle? A blessing. No.
Is that what you?
People are dying every day.
I'm gonna need you to just.
Look, man.
calm down.
I'm gonna need you to come on.
It's not.
There is hope. That's all. That song we get.
And it's, your little niece sings that now. I'll let her come over and sing it for you.
Do. We're waiting.
Yeah. As the police drive
As the
by.
police drive by.
Right.
That's the
ambulance.
ambulance. Let's hope everybody all right.
That's right.
There will be mountains that I will have to climb, and there will be battles
Yes.
that I will have to fight, but victory or defeat, it's up to me to decide. But how can I expect to win if I never try? Oh, I just can't give up now. Come too far from where I started from. Nobody told me that the road would be easy, and I don't believe he's brought me this far to leave me.
Girl, look at
Girl,
you.
woo!
Woo! What you talking about?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shucks. Look at you. Talking about high in that voice underneath that mask.
Girl, we was about to go to church up here.
We gonna let y'all go. Peace and love. I do this Darick books. First of all, Nisi, she came in from Atlanta, ATL. She's a Milwaukee native, though, but she's been in Atlanta for a while. But she came through, and I was surprised. She came in town. I didn't even know she was in town. She hit me up. I'm like, come to the store. She came to the store. So, wish her love on her travels back when she do. So whatever. Hopefully she come back. But,
Oh yeah, for sure.
Toya will be back. We got a new book for her coming out called Brave, Bold, and Still Standing. Her story is phenomenal. We're gonna get Nisi on board. We're gonna get her story.
Oh yeah.
She got a real interesting story.
Oh yeah.
So Darick Books, thank y'all for supporting. Like I say, go to the site or go to the come to the store whenever. I'm usually here daily, 10 to 5, 10 to 6, just around this time. Or you can call. Phone numbers listed. I'm listed. Just look me up. But he's like, Google me. But
Yeah.
for real, you'll love it in here. We go. It's nothing but love in here. Bring nothing but love in here, and we give that right back. So y'all have a blessed day. For everybody that protesting, know what you're protesting for.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Let's all keep a common denominator in our life, and that's love. That's what I live and breathe. I've learned. I've had moments when I want to slap fire on somebody, but then love overrides everything.
That's right.
So I love everybody out there. Have a great day. I'll be doing some more book reads in the future. And stay cool. It's hot outside. I don't really like the heat like that. You know what I'm saying? So peace and love.
Peace and love.